My name is David Riddle. This video is about a special type of aerosol paint that I use in my work as an inventor and manufacturer. After you watch this video, you can learn more about my career by visiting my invention video and also see the other how-to videos on our channel. Today I'm going to demonstrate and talk about a spray paint that I use to finish many of the products that I manufacture. This is a VHT or very high temperature product called Wrinkle Plus Black, part number SP201. It is also available in red, part number SP204. In this video, we will be using the black version. Before we get into the details, John and I would like to thank our 20,000 subscribers to our channel with only 10 videos that in less than a year have accumulated over 1 million views, and with more than 2,500 comments that I personally responded to. I would also like to say that this video is not sponsored in any way by VHT or any of the products described in this video. I purchased the products at retail or online just like you do. If this video has been helpful to you and you wish to purchase any of the products shown in this video, go to the description area and click on the More word where you will find links to Amazon to purchase all of the supplies used in this video. If you purchase through these links, John and I make a tiny percentage of money that helps make these videos possible. 60 years ago, I watched my father meticulously clean all of the individual components of a canister spray gun with solvent, and I decided never to go through all that work. So I went with aerosol sprays or rattle can type paints. Cleaning a spray gun was not for me, plus my dad said, "You're a lousy painter with a brush, but you do great work with spray paint." I first became aware of wrinkle finishes when I was in elementary school. A friend showed me a World War II B-17 aircraft transmitter he had that was finished in black wrinkle paint overall, and it was still in great shape. As an adult, I realized this wrinkle finish had two advantages. The wrinkle texture and thickness of the paint hid small surface irregularities on the unfinished panel, and the raised and textured finish resisted scratches because an object sliding along this surface would bounce along on top of the textured surface, leaving only minor damage and not reveal the base metal. 40 years ago, I was manufacturing photographic camera components that I needed to finish with paint. But most types of spray paints would easily be scratched and would not hold up to any use, and they rapidly were missing paint and looking worn. Then I discovered a Krylon spray paint called Wrinkle Finish in black that adhered to both aluminum and steel tenaciously and provided very good wear resistance to scratches. I soon realized that baking this wrinkle paint at 200 degrees Fahrenheit for 2 hours not only improved its ability to wrinkle evenly, it hardened the surface texture and further improved adhesion. I originally baked the components in my kitchen electric oven, but it would stink up the entire house for a long time. To solve this problem, I assembled a custom-made convection oven utilizing a 19-inch rack mount cabinet I had available. 1-inch thick, double foil-faced, high-temperature foam insulation on all of the walls and door with an insulated double window. 3-inch boxer fan blowing across a 600-watt cone heater element and a thermal cutoff fuse in case the fan failed. Thermostat and temperature gauge, intake and exhaust dampers, and interior light. The shelves are from an old oven I found abandoned in my neighborhood. The external digital timer controlling the oven was extracted from an old VCR and modified to include a 20-amp solid-state relay. Unfortunately, Krylon discontinued the Type 3370 black wrinkle paint more than 15 years ago, and I tried two new brands of black wrinkle spray paint, Summit Racing Type SP1305 and OER K89548, that produced, in my opinion, an unpredictable and inferior wrinkle finish even with baking. I then tried the VHT SP201 Wrinkle Plus, and it had the identical smell and paint density or build thickness as the Krylon 3370. The other two brands had a different smell and were much thinner and with far less build thickness. What I'm showing you now are the blank aluminum test coupons that I will be coating on one side with the various spray paints in this demonstration. They are made of 062 or 1/16 inch thick 5052 H32 aluminum, are sheared to measure 2 inches by 3.5 inches, and have been sanded both sides and edges and corners, radiused with a 60 grit 3M Cubitron 2 sandpaper with an orbital sander. After the coupons are sanded, they are sprayed both sides with grease lightning degreaser. The label warns that it is not to be used on aluminum. This is because it contains sodium hydroxide or lye, and it will etch the surface of aluminum. But this is what I want it to do: etch any contaminants from the surface and remove all oils, as it contains solvents and powerful detergents. I scrubbed the surface with a clean brush that has been sprayed with greased lightning and then rinsed with plenty of hot water, and then oven dried to remove all moisture from the surface. I use several products off-label because I've found through experimentation that they sometimes work in unique ways. I've always used grease lightning degreaser on aluminum prior to painting, as it works better than anything else I've found. I select the paint I wish to use and always use a heat gun to heat the bottom of the aerosol can while twirling it in a circle to heat up the paint and to mix it, ensuring that the mixing ball circles the bottom freely while holding the can at the top. With this rapid circular agitation, vertical agitation, and heat convection, the paint will be thoroughly mixed and unlikely to clog the nozzle. Holding the can at the top allows my fingers to sense the temperature of the paint. I've never overheated the spray can using this method. What you see here is my outside paint stand and turntable that I fabricated from a cassette recorder flywheel, capstan, and oil light bearing that doesn't seize up from rain because the oil remains in this type of bearing and doesn't rust. I designed various accessories that I place on the flywheel depending on the size, shape, and weight of the part I'm painting. They all have 3, 4, or more adjustable sharp-pointed set screws for minimum paint contact. I recently removed all of the built-up paint using epoxy stripper and a powered wire wheel so that you can see how they were built. Whenever I'm spray painting, even outside, I always use a painter's respirator to protect my lungs from the aerosol particles and the fumes. VHT Wrinkle Paint solvents are quite foul-smelling. I select the appropriate accessory to hold the part that I'm painting on the turntable and then determine if there is any breeze and face my back towards it. I place the part on the turntable and rotate it to the position I wish to start painting first. I first press the nozzle pointing away from the part to confirm the spray is working properly, and then sweep the spray back and forth across the part, adjusting my speed for the paint build I wish to achieve. I rotate the part 90 degrees and sweep the part. Rotate another 90 degrees, sweep the part, and rotate the part 90 degrees to finish the coating. This also paints all of the edges. I spray paint outside not only to reduce the fumes, I also use the reflection of the bright sky to clearly see the reflections of the wet paint in determining how much paint I'm layering on the surface of the part. This reflection process allows me to control the thickness of the paint build on the part and is very important when using wrinkle paint. Here are 7 test coupons which will clearly demonstrate the best method for wrinkle paint coating. The first 5 coupons were painted with VHT SP201, my personal preference for wrinkle coat finishing. Coupon 6 was painted with Summit Racing SP1305, and coupon number 7 was painted with OER K89548. Sample number 1 has a thin coat and the wrinkle is quite uneven and in some places non-existent. This example demonstrates that a coat that is too thin is not appealing. Sample number 2 is a slightly thicker coat that produces an even but finely wrinkled surface. Sample number 3 is with an even thicker coat producing a more wrinkled and textured surface with some greater wrinkling at the edges because the paint builds up on the edge due to surface tension, producing a more varied wrinkling. Sample number 4 is with a very thick coat producing a deeper texture with more edge wrinkling. With my vast experience with wrinkle coating, I think samples 2, 3, and 4 all show a successful finish. It is up to you on how thick you want your paint coating. Sample number 5 has an even wrinkle but shows scratches that have been telegraphed through the wrinkle paint because the base material had these same scratches were not sanded out sufficiently. Wrinkle coating can in many cases cover surface problems, but it is always best practice to make sure you start with a smoothly sanded surface. Sample number 6 was coated with Summit Racing SP1305, and you can see that the wrinkle is quite uneven and is why I don't use it. Sample number 7 was coated with OER K89548, and it also shows very irregular wrinkling. I consider these 2 products unusable for consistent results. I wanted to show samples 6 and 7 as an example of what not to purchase in wrinkle paint. If you want to start finishing your projects with my proven wrinkle coating technique, follow these steps. Click the Amazon link in the description to buy VHT SP201 Black or VHT SP204 Red Wrinkle Plus Paint and Grease Lightning Degreaser. I guarantee these products will give you the best results. Regarding baking, I strongly recommend not using your kitchen oven for the baking process for 3 reasons. The smell is intense and lingers. Gas ovens pose an explosion risk. But most importantly, your spouse might divorce you. Instead, I've linked to highly rated, reasonably priced ovens on Amazon. These ovens are perfect for use in your workshop or garage, for painting and many other uses. Choose an oven size based on the dimensions of your project. Before applying wrinkle coating to your final piece, test different paint thicknesses on sample surfaces. This will help you determine the optimal application for the best finish. If you've found this video on VHT Black Wrinkle Finishing Techniques helpful, please click on the subscribe button and tap the notification bell so you will be notified of our new videos when they arrive on YouTube. As said before, if you wish to purchase any of the products shown in this video, please click on the links in the description area. Feel free to comment on this and our other videos if you want to share your opinion or have additional questions. I promise I will answer every comment.